Today on 60 Minutes, police violence in America. Is this problem getting out of hand? Are there statistics out there that could tell you a different story about this problem? You may be surprised at what these numbers may show you. Also, are you being ripped off at the gas pump? Our investigative reporters went undercover at gas stations around the Volusia County area to determine whether or not you were actually being ripped off when you pump gas. And healthcare in America. What is the big controversy? And do you understand how your health insurance works? These stories today on 60 Minutes.
We have reported that James Johnson, a 16-year-old African-American male, was shot. He was last reported being seen wearing a black hoodie and dark-colored jeans. He walked past a police car at 2 a.m. and the police officer got out of his car and asked Johnson, "What are you doing out this late?" Johnson reportedly had earphones in and he wasn't able to hear. Reaching into his pocket, before James was able to turn off the music, he was shot and killed. These facts came from an anonymous witness. In the studio, we have Amaya Richardson, who is the Black culture expert, Ariana Killings.
Hi, my name is Sierra Garner. I'm here to interview the mother of James Johnson. How are you today?
I'm doing fine.
I'm here to ask you some questions. How do you feel about your son being shot?
I feel very sad and depressed because he was a very smart young boy. He didn't do no harm to nobody and he did not deserve this.
How do you feel about your son being shot by a white police officer?
I felt that it had something to do with race and by what he looked like and what he was wearing.
What can you say to all the mothers that have children?
I would like to say to all the mothers to keep your children safe at all times and keep them near you at all times.
Well, that's all for today. Yeah.
Hi, this is Amaya Richardson reporting for 60 Minute News, and today in the studio we have Black culture expert Ariana Killings. How are you? Good. I would just like to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
How would you best explain the Black culture?
I would describe it as a very influential place to be around, influence other cultures with many different things like hairstyles, clothing, cooking, just the small things that count.
Okay. And how could you best help us explain what these late mothers are going through?
By their children being shot and killed, I would say they probably are numb because they don't know what feelings to express. They probably have mixed feelings such as anger or sadness. Many different things are going through their minds at this time.
I feel. What suggestions do you have to improve blacks and police interactions?
Well, for African Americans, I would say try not to come off as so aggressive towards police officers and try to remember that not all cops are bad. And for police officers, I would say don't be so quick to pull out your weapons. Try to talk the situation out as best as you can.
Okay, well that's all for today. This is Amaya Richardson reporting for 60 Minute News. Back to you, Zari.
In conclusion, in our current year, a total of 452 people have been shot by a police officer. 269 of them were killed by not fleeing the scene. 206 whites were killed. 112 were black. Many argue that blacks are killed more than whites are killed more, according to Washington Post. Thank you for watching 60 Minute News.
This issue is truly problematic. What is lost, however, is how statistics at times can be used to justify not addressing this problem. An article was posted in Washington Times 2 years ago stating that whites were killed more than blacks, yet minority deaths generate more outrage. Yes, it is true that minority deaths generate a disproportionately higher number of the news coverage to the media. Yes, it is true that white Americans were killed more at the hands of police than black Americans. 495 white Americans to 258 black Americans at the time the article was printed in 2015. Based on reported information, that makes white Americans 1.9 times more likely to die at the hands of the police than blacks Americans. It is 1.7 times if you adjust it for the homicide rate. But do these numbers tell the whole truth? Considering white Americans outnumber black Americans 5 to 1, it is only appropriate to adjust the numbers based on population to make a fair comparison. When the adjustment occurs, a different story is told. Black Americans were 2.6 times more likely to die at the hands of the police. Now the researchers that the author quoted could have made this population adjustment themselves. B9, neglect, or malicious intent. You be the judge, viewers.
Are you getting ripped off at your local gas station? Multiple videos show gas pumps charging without even giving us gas. Gas stations have always been an important part of our lives. We use the bathroom, get snacks, but most importantly, we use them to get gas. Have you ever wondered if the amount you're being charged on a meter actually affects the amount of gas being pumped? Thousands of Americans get ripped off at their local gas stations every day. Videos have been posted on YouTube and Facebook showing pumps charging while the gas is not flowing into the car at the correct rate. Let's go to our reporter Sage to hear more about the issue. Sage?
Thank you, Camilla. In the videos you may have seen on the internet, people pumping gas have noticed that money go faster than the gas meter being pumped out. We locally investigated reported at the pump when the gas were pumping gas. As you can see, when the gas got exactly 1 gallon, the money was higher than it should have been. We have another reporter interview at a police officer to see what he thinks. Let's go to Molly.
Thank you, Sage. I'm here with Sergeant Pablo One-Leg. Sergeant Pablo One-Leg, what do you think about the issue that has been happening lately?
I think that it's sad that people are getting ripped off with gas prices and the fact that they are unaware of it. And so people who are out there, please stay focused and pay attention on what you're doing with your gas pumps because you could be getting ripped off. Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Sergeant Pablo. Back to the studio.
That's all for today, folks. Until then, have a great day.
If you suspect that you're being ripped off at the gas pump, you can perform a simple test. The only materials needed are a calculator and a little patience. Let the meter run to a random point. I'm stopping mine at $10.35. Divide the price shown by the number of gallons. Shown in this case, it should equal about $2.18. Let the meter run some more. Do some calculation. We divide 1546 by 7.089. Again, we get about $2.18. Therefore, I know that this pump is not ripping me off.
Today's topic, how does health insurance work? The simple answer is, it's about economy of scale. Since time began, mankind has found safety in numbers. Health coverage is no different. When you sign up for coverage, you join a group of other people to combine your healthcare purchasing power. Your insurer covers the whole group rather than individuals, so everyone shares the cost of staying healthy. It's a lot like an auto insurance company that collects premiums from its customers, then uses that pool of money to pay accident claims when a customer has a wreck. Here's an example. Gary's a healthy guy, but it's his first time skiing. Moments after stepping off the lift, he plummets down the wrong slope and hits a tree. Then 5 more trees. Then he slides over the edge of a small cliff and is promptly hit by a falling safe. Just then, his wife calls to inform him she's about to deliver twins. Gary's about to be buried under a lot more than snow, because costly medical events like these can be devastating without health insurance. His broken leg and concussion can cost thousands to treat, and depending on the circumstances, the birth of his twins could cost anywhere from a few thousand to 100,000 or more. Fortunately, Gary has health insurance. Remember that group we spoke of? Since the costs are spread out over everyone, the people in Gary's group are actually helping to offset his costs. Gary's going to pay a lot less to treat his injuries and deliver his kids because his insurer is betting that the money the group pays in will offset the total costs of their health expenditures for the year. In a sense, the healthy people in the group help pay the costs when someone is sick or injured, knowing that the same help will be there when they need it. So instead of paying thousands of dollars, Gary's out-of-pocket costs are minimal. He's only responsible for his copay and his deductible, which vary by insurer. So to sum it up, health coverage reduces your risk of financial disaster because your health costs are spread across a large group of people, and the healthy people help pay for the sick. So now you know. Until next time, stay smart and stay healthy.
When deciding whether or not to buy a product warranty, we can use something called the expected value. For instance, if there's a 10% probability that a $1,500 laptop will break, we say that the warranty has an expected value of 0.1, $1,500 equivalent to $150. If the warranty costs less than this, we should buy it. If it costs more, we shouldn't. But we can use expected value for more than computers. Imagine a country with 4 people, when the only medical procedure is a $40,000 heart surgery. Calculate the expected value of health insurance for each person. Then, who do you think wants insurance the most, and who does the insurance company want the most? Here we have Alonzo, Beatrice, Claire, and Daniel. The price of the heart surgery is $40,000 for each of them, but the probability of surgery differs between them. Alonzo is very fit and healthy, so he has a soccer ball. Beatrice is a little bit bigger than the rest of them. Claire is elderly, and Daniel already had an existing procedure. So there's a 1% probability that Alonzo will have the heart surgery. There's a 16% probability that Beatrice will have the heart surgery. There's a 25% probability that Claire will have the heart surgery, and there's a 50% chance that Daniel will have the heart surgery. So the expected value of insurance for each of them is $400 for Alonzo, $6,400 for Beatrice, $10,000 for Claire, and $20,000 for Daniel. Imagine the company charges everyone the same price for insurance. If the company only needs to break even to earn as much as it spends, calculate how much it should charge. At this price, who will buy insurance, and will the company expect to break even? Explain. So the expected value of insurance is $400 for Alonzo, $6,400 for Beatrice, $10,000 for Claire, and $20,000 for Daniel. The company's expected cost is $36,800 because they're adding Alonzo's $400, Beatrice's $6,400, Claire's $10,000, and Daniel's $20,000 to get $36,800. And then they're going to take the price of all of their insurances and then divide it by 4, which would make $9,200. So that means that Alonzo probably won't buy the insurance because his pre-existing insurance was only $400, and $9,200 is a lot more than $400, so he won't buy it. Beatrice, again, probably won't buy it because her pre-existing insurance was only $6,400, and this insurance is $9,200. Claire probably will buy it because she's saving $800, and Daniel probably will buy it because, again, he's saving money.
If the
insurance company, if the company can change the price of insurance each year, we determine how much it will cost years 1, 2, and 3. At these prices, who will buy insurance? The price of insurance for year 1 was $9,200. Claire and Daniel decided to purchase insurance that year. Alonzo and Beatrix decided not to purchase insurance that year. They made $18,400. They expected to pay $30,000. $30,000 split among Claire and Beatrix made year 2 rise to $15,000. Only Daniel will purchase because his expected cost is $20,000. Alonzo, Beatrix, and Claire will not purchase. They made $15,000 that year, and they expected to pay $20,000. For year 3, the price of insurance will rise to $20,000 because Daniel is the only person there. Daniel will decide to purchase that insurance because his expected cost is $20,000. Alonzo, Beatrix, and Claire will decide not to purchase that insurance. They made $20,000 that year. They expected to pay $20,000 that year. Now we're going to take a look at what happened to prices if people were denied based on pre-existing conditions. The theory is that if you leave out the most expensive people, prices will be lower. But does the math support this theory? In year 1 with Alonzo, Beatrix, and Claire, In year 1 with Alonzo, Beatrix, and Claire, you would add their expected cost and then divide by 3 to figure out the price of insurance for year 1, which would be $5,600. Beatrix and Claire would decide to purchase insurance, but Alonzo and Daniel will not purchase the insurance. The insurance company will make $11,200, and they would expect to pay $16,400. With the expected cost of Beatrix and Claire, and then dividing by 2, for year 2 the price of insurance will be $8,200. Claire will purchase insurance. Daniel, Alonzo, and Beatrix will not purchase insurance. The revenue the insurance company will make is $8,200. They expect to pay out $10,000. In year 3 with just Claire, the price of insurance will be $10,000. Claire will purchase insurance. Daniel, Alonzo, and Beatrix will not purchase insurance. The insurance company will make $10,000 and expects to pay out $10,000. We have the same outcome as we did with Daniel. One person's left in the insurance. The repercussions of not having insurance affects us all, being that you have to pay for the uninsured people in taxes, because hospitals have to treat these people, which you pay for with your insurance. The solution is to have universal health care, which will keep the prices of insurance lower than being uninsured.